Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, Vera,
Chrissy,
and our beautiful, wonderful, beautiful, very beautiful
Soul Tibers.
Yes. Thank you for joining us today because this is a very important time right now that we're going to be discussing. And it actually started yesterday, right, Vera?
Well, yeah, I read someplace it started yesterday, and then I'm reading it started today. So the 20th is what it's supposed to be. So give or take 19th or 20th.
Yes.
It's probably the latter part of the evening of the 19th.
Got you.
I guess.
And yeah, it makes sense. And I tell you, I don't know everything that you're going to tell us today, Vera.
Okay.
But from what little we talked about,
now you do.
Yes, now I do. And seriously, you guys, I'm feeling this energy. I know you're feeling it.
I know.
Loved ones that we have are feeling it. So we're thinking that you might be too. And we really want to share this with you.
Yes. And I'm sure it's all over the internet.
Yeah.
But, we go with C.A. Brooks because she's our favorite gal when it comes to astrology.
Exactly. And then we're going to throw in our philosophy and the insights that Vera gets.
Right. And also, if you want to have more detailed information, you could go to her website, and it's on Mark's Power Peak.
Not to be confused with PowerPoint. I'm making a joke because I was like, Vera, what's the PowerPoint thing?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, that was good. Okay, so today is the beginning of the North Node solar eclipse in Aries/Libra. And it's supposed to be very rare. It only happens about 7 times in a century.
Wow.
Yeah, and it should last probably about 6 months is what I understood.
That makes sense. Aries, Libra. 6 months. Mm-hmm. Got you.
So this is huge because it's and it's on its it's on the axis. Axis?
So that means it's kind of off.
Yeah,
it's tilting.
With Aries and Libra on their axis.
Okay,
that makes sense. Did I say that right? How do you say AXIS?
No, you're right. Axis, yeah.
It's just hard to talk.
We got you.
Okay. So it's all about spiritual transformation. It's all about getting rid of the old patterns, old habits, and it's going to have a lot of energy for new beginnings. But the work in between for those new beginnings is going to be transformative, I think. Yeah.
It's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it, when we're going through the throes of labor for a new start. And it's
like wiping your slate clean.
Right.
So that you start over and you don't keep making the same mistakes.
Right.
Yeah, because I believe I don't know who had this great analogy. It wasn't me, but somebody on the beautiful internet said something I think it's C.A. Brooks, when she said that it's like you keep moving forward and there's big boulders in front of you, and you keep hitting the boulder, and not going anywhere, whereas you could take a breath, because it's all about balance and taking a breath and taking a break. Mm-hmm. From work and that kind of stuff. It's to give your soul respite. And it's kind of like, okay, let me finish the stone, because I'm so excited right now.
So we're on our path, and there's this big stone in the way, and we keep hitting against it. Got you.
Yeah, and it's like it's still not moving, and keep pushing it, whatever. When all we have to do is sit down, think about it a moment, and know, well, I probably could go around it, or find ways to go around it. So instead of just keep hitting against something that's not moving. Like, you don't want to stay stuck.
Yeah, this reminds me of, because I was having a discussion over the weekend about repeating patterns.
Yes.
And why does it keep repeating? Because if we keep doing the same thing, then it keeps repeating.
Exactly.
Until the boulder.
Until you learn. Yes. it. And learning can be instantaneous, is what's really exciting, because all you have to do is reconnect to source. Reconnect to the Godhead. If you don't believe in God, you can it's power, inner source, whatever. But reconnecting, because sometimes we travel a little bit away from the source, and we keep wondering, like, why am I feeling so alone? Why am I feeling this way? And we keep going, drifting away from, your power source. And then you feel that stretch That umbilical cord is stretching because
Yes.
you're never disconnected until you do it yourself.
Yeah.
You're not disconnected from the source. You're just stretched thin.
Yeah, exactly. And it's in it, and we sometimes feel lost and we're
Yeah.
struggling, and it's
So all you have to say is, I'm
hard.
reconnecting to the source, and it goes zip.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's
Instantly
not hard.
back.
Yeah.
I
We
love
make
that.
things hard as human beings because we think we're
Yeah.
analytical, and that's great. But we don't want it to be where it blocks us from potential because we keep coming up with ideas about, well, that won't work. Well, no, that won't work. Oh, that probably won't work. What am I thinking? Am I going to hurt somebody's feelings? Oh my God, I can't move. I can't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a catch-22 when you're human.
Well, it's true. And sometimes we create an issue or a problem where there really isn't one, or we give it so much
Yeah.
energy that it makes it bigger than what it really is.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's just that if we can learn from it and
Yes.
go around our boulder.
And sometimes, our brain has been compared to a computer. And you know how sometimes you have to reboot the computer because it gets confused?
Right.
That's what we need too. We
Yeah.
need to disconnect sometimes and just take a breath and then go back.
Yeah.
And things will be all back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
One more day, maybe some time outside, whatever it is that
Yeah.
how you connect with source,
Exactly.
to reconnect with nature or what have you.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us what else.
Okay,
Vera.
so it represents this north node eclipse, solar eclipse, represents activation for the soul's purpose. What else could it be? Activation, I have things written down. Higher heart, it has.
This is amazing because to me that feels already like reconnecting.
Yeah.
It's like reconnecting with our purpose, our heart,
Right.
instead of with our mind and our fears.
Our
and all
spiritual
that.
DNA,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. It balances us with the male and female energy. Because, like in my birth chart, mine is mostly male.
I know, it's so interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I have like that much, that much of female energy.
It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
I have to show you mine because it's like this and it's all on this side for me. But it's like on this side. What's yours on?
It's
Can you tell?
It's kind of like a triangle.
I see.
Yeah.
But you just
But what I'm
looking at
talking
it,
about is, God, it's not talking about that. It's talking about, what was I talking about?
about the male energy.
Oh, yeah, because that's part of your birth chart. How much male energy and how much female energy you have. That's an extra little thing. And on top of elements and all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So, you can break patterns that no longer serve you. That if you keep getting the same situation in front of you, that means you're not learning it.
Exactly.
It has to
right.
be tiring.
It's exhausting.
It is, Chrissy.
It is for all of us because
Yeah.
we can all relate to it in some way. And sometimes it's our own mind that we keep going back to the same old belief or the same old negative programming or our
Right.
past experience. And it's scary to go around the
Yeah.
boulder and try something new because we're so used to going the other way.
Exactly. So this new moon is supposed to be super, super, super charged, and it's where the rational mind, or we call it the conscious mind, is kind of eclipsed, because it's the eclipse, and this is from C.A. Brooks.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the subjective mind comes forward, and in hypnosis we don't like to use subjective. So it's the subconscious mind, and that's your most creative part,
I see.
and knows everything.
So that's like what many refer to as the higher self.
Right.
So that's that's the side where we tap into like our higher self, who we are on the other side, our past life journey.
Right.
So we can gain more of a perspective on
Right.
our life.
Because who wants to be stuck? I don't.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's definitely doesn't get us where we want to go if we're
No,
stuck.
exactly.
No matter what our goals are.
Okay,
in
and this
life.
is also, this energy is influenced by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion.
Okay, that's good because many of us want to expand in our life.
And it gives you more meaning in life.
Right.
When you expand and you have more to offer and more that's offered to you,
I do.
You do?
I do.
And there are some questions that C.A. Brooks has.
Okay.
If you'd like to, you can always go on her site if you can't remember what we're telling you. But do you have one or more principles that guide your life? And this is stuff to think about today and during the 6 months that this energy is going.
Okay.
Are they compelling and succinct? Do you have a plan? Do you have a blueprint? Or are you just kind of swimming along?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And swimming is good, but you want to know where you're going. And,
Right.
You know?
Otherwise, we're doing this.
Yeah, all the time. So, are they connected to your values? You know, are you hanging around people that you're kind of hiding your values so that you can hang around with them?
Right.
That happens sometimes.
Right. Yeah, because we don't want to lose them and we hold ourselves back.
Right. And then when you speak, write, or think about them, do you feel inspired, motivated, energized, peaceful, and strong? Or do you feel the other way, that they're draining you and that kind of thing? So that's stuff that we have to think about.
Right. Got you.
Yeah.
It sounds like a very thought-provoking time
It's
for us to really learn and grow from and move forward.
And it's about, we don't really believe in karma, but it's about lessons and how to, reform the lesson to make it more plausible for you to make it through instead of making it so hard, that you think you're never going to get past that lesson.
Right.
And you do eventually. Hopefully. You will. How's that? Yeah. So it's new transformation and all that, but we still have to have the work of rebooting. We have to sit back and we have to disconnect and just breathe for a second.
Yes.
I'm getting so excited I'm sweating.
That's good.
I am. It's usually you.
It's true.
Yeah. So, So that's basically what it is. It's just all of this energy that's within us, and utilizing our spiritual DNA because we've been through it before.
Right.
We utilize that ancient wisdom that we have within that spiritual DNA. Yeah. Let's see. It's great to have good chance for manifestation once we do all the work. And Saturn and Pisces will help us with this. But first, we have to reboot, is what CA says. Yeah. And then there's some more compelling tidbits or tools that she gives that you can utilize. And we can do a little short on that. We don't have to go, because there's about 7 of them.
Oh, we'll do that.
Yeah. Or you can go on her site. And it has consulting our higher selves for guidance.
Okay.
It's just a plan to help you figure out a plan on what you want to do.
And it's amazing how we have so much ancient knowledge within us to have a lot more perspective on our lessons in life, because sometimes, being in life, we get so caught up in the negativity of what we have gone through and what we are feeling, and sometimes even our fears that really can affect us.
Yeah.
And we focus more on that and the stressors instead of this amazing, new opportunity we have that begins now. And are you going to also get into the frame of time that this...
Well, I said 6 months already at the beginning.
And I meant the other time period you were talking about before.
That it lasts for years?
Yes.
Yeah, it can last for years too. The energy part of it. But another way to look at it is the symbology of a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Exactly.
That's one way to do it. Or the butterfly coming out of the cocoon.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Okay, so I have a goddess I want to show.
That's what I segue.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the goddess of power, and she represents your personal power. So you can see here all the flame that the reason I drew this is basically everything that you've been through, like traumas and hardships and pains, you can convert that and transform that into your power. It's that, like that old saying that we've heard before, that within our weakness,
There lies our strength sleeping.
exactly. And whatever it is that we've been through, we can help others, but we can also really help ourselves by being able to focus on, because that's where the rebirth of the phoenix is. It's really focusing on, and we choose where our focus goes.
Right. That's
So we
right.
want to use our intent to not look so much at the trauma that we've been through, but our amazing gifts, our light, our strength, our beauty. It's just like that you said, it's that switch
Yep.
of connecting and being able to transform what we're going through. Anything that is disturbing to us, we can really work to release that and focus on our strength and moving forward, because we are all creators and we are going to create where we're going. Just like Vera, you were talking about swimming, instead of wading in the water, as they say, dog paddling, having that goal in mind of where you want to go. Just like with the phoenix rising up through the ash.
Right.
It's a baby phoenix, and then it grows and grows and grows.
Yeah.
And that's what we are doing.
That's what we'll be doing. So it's a lot of work. It could be a lot of angst. It could be a lot of setbacks. But the setbacks help you push forward or even jump forward.
Right. Again, that reminds me of the flame.
Yeah. And the most people that
hardships.
are affected during this period, everybody is, because the signs of the zodiac go through the whole cycle, but mostly the cardinal signs are going to be affected during this period, this time period. So that's Aries. I left the cheat. Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn.
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of us do have these signs as our rising also. And different,
Anything that's rising, anything that you have on your...
yes.
It's mostly the rising and the sun, right?
Yes, exactly. So we have our sun sign, which is your main birth sign, and then you also have your rising and then your moon. And then those, of course, affect us in different ways.
Right.
So a lot of you might be feeling this energy right now, but again, we can focus all of our intent and thoughts into a positive avenue rather than our fears.
Being frustrated,
in the
because
past.
at least we know why we're feeling this way, because of the energies,
Exactly.
the planet, the earth energies.
Exactly. It's amazing how much planets and everything that's happening with the energy can affect us.
Yeah, huge. So reboot.
Yes. Vera, anything else that you want
That's
to share?
it.
All right.
Enjoy the Taurus now.
Yes, the Taurus energy.
Pragmatic, dedication, and action.
And we will.
And we just left Aries, so that's what beginnings and
exactly. The
passion,
Aries
energy.
is the first sign of the astrology signs. So it's that pushing forward, and we're going to push forward with what we want to manifest.
And not just us, it's what we want for the planet, what we want for our family and friends. But, we have to focus on us first, and that way we can really help people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go team.
Yay! Soul Tribers forever.
Vera, any last words?
Journey with us. We'll find another one soon.